Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. We are from Group 4, Cel2102. We'll be present for our project 2. So for this project, we are going to present about the paralinguistic and nonverbal feature. So the link that have been provided is about the talk that we have chosen from YouTube. Next. Okay, so this is my team member. My team has a total of 5 group members. Siti Nabila, Nur Rihadatul Aish, Siti Fatimah Nur, Nur Fatimah Osman, and me, Nadia Shazwani Tijuni. Before we start the presentation, I will summarize of the overview about the talk. So the talk is about motivational video features. Noor Hadaki, who discusses her personal journey and provides valuable insights on how we can transform ourselves into better individuals within a span of 21 days. To substantiate her viewpoint, she references Dr. Maxwell's observations on how the human body responds after an operation, which also takes approximately 21 days for recovery. The idea gained credibility because 21 days is seen as a relatively short period to overcome temptations and foster change. However, the success of these transformations largely depends on an individual's level of commitment, consistency, and self-discipline. So here are the list of paralinguistic or nonverbal features chosen. So as you guys can see, Nabil will present about facial expression, Ash will be present about body gestures, me, Nadia, will be present about stress patterns and rhythm, Fatima will be present about pauses, and Fatiha will be present about intonation. So I am the first presenter, will be present about the stress pattern and rhythm. Before we start, stress pattern and rhythm both belong to prosodic or suprasegmental aspect of speech. This means that they concern more than one sound or segment and stretch across syllable, word, or utterance. Stress in particularly is closely connected to other prosodic parameters, including intonation, timing, and loudness. So I will give the first example of stress pattern and rhythm from the video.
Today, I want to change to who I really want to be, the best version of myself.
So, the first video that I choose is at 34 seconds. It's about Noel shows stress pattern when they says that she wants to be what she wants, which is she stress it and unstress it only. Really. To create rhythm between both. So she altered her pace at the beginning of the talk to create an emotional effect to the audience with energetic rhythm to generate excitement of the audience that she's going to talk. Next.
Number 1. The number 21 is considered a short period of time.
The minute for 8 seconds. Noor put stress pattern when talking about number 21 to make the speech more impactful and easier to remember. She stressed on 12 and unstressed on T, which is like 20 to create rhythm. So the audience will more likely to retain the key points she presented with a rhythmic and structured pattern. And the last one.
Famous study by the psychologist Philip Lally titled How Are Habits Formed? The study followed 96 people over a period.
So the last one is at 9:19. Noor wanted to tell the name of the title of famous study by psychologist Philippa Lally so that the audience could remember the title easily by saying each word of the title slowly and have a pattern of stress and rhythm. So this is to ensure the audience understand the significance of certain words in the title. So I'm done. I'll pass to the next presenter.
Hi, my name is Nur Fatihah binti Uthman. I will present about the intonation. So, before that, intonation is like a tune or melody in the voice used to express different shade of meaning. Intonation pattern are the way speakers adjust the pitch of their voice in order to convey meaning. Intonation is very important in communication as it gives information beyond just the basic meaning of the word. It also can express the speaker attitude or feeling about something, as well as giving grammatical information. Next, is the first video.
Theory is the most famous myth in the world of self-development.
At the 2 minutes 45 seconds, Nawaz said she do not exaggerate if she said that this 21-day theory is the most famous myth in the world of self-development. She raising her intonation at the word myth. I think Nawaz raising intonation at the mid sentence to signal to the other person that she have not completed her thought or idea, so other person should not interrupt her. Next.
And it made sense why people were starting to believe his theory. Why? Number one, the number 21 is considered
Okay, at the 3 minutes 46 seconds, Nawaz said Dr. Bach published his theory in a book that went very famous in that era and sold over 13 million copies, and here the conflict started brewing and people and it makes sense why people were starting to believe his story, and she said why. I think Nawaz raising her intonation at the word why in order to signal that he were asking the statement as a question. Next.
repeating a certain behavior for 3 minutes a day is different than my friend repeating the same behavior for 30 minutes a day.
At the 5 minutes 49 seconds, Nawaz said she repeating a certain behavior for 3 minutes a day is different than her friend repeating the same behavior for 30 minutes a day. Her intonation at same behavior is for rise intonation because she wants audience to focus on that word and she have more to add the reason behind the same behavior. I think that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you, Fatiha. So, for my part, I will present about the pauses. And for the this paralinguistic, pauses can be used to emphasize the important point, and it also can be used for transitioning from one point to the next point. Next.
The best version of myself. While change doesn't come easy, you have
Okay, so for the minutes 40 second, Nawaz said that have we ever thought to ourselves before going to sleep that tomorrow is the day we want to change to who we really want to be, which the best version for our life? And then she stopped her sentence a while and continue again. So I think Nawaz want to attract the attention of the audience to keep listening to the continuation of the sentence because it is a very important point of introduction before she goes to the more important content. Next.
used to their new condition. Dr. Maltz published his theory.
So the second example, which is 3 minutes and 43 second, Nawaz said that Dr. Maxwell was a plastic surgeon that began noticing a strange pattern to his patient, and she said the patient took exactly 21 days before starting to get used their new condition. Then she stopped her sentence again and continued said that Dr. Maxwell published his theory in a book that went very famous. So I think she tried her best to remember the storyline about Dr. Maxwell, such as the number of the book published by Dr. Maxwell, which is 30 million copies of book. Next.
Something you can do. Number 2, the number 21 is also long enough to
And for the third example, which is 4 minutes 22 seconds, Nawal said that after theory of Dr. Maxwell become famous, here the conflict start and people start to believe his theory. The number one is considered as source of short period of time. So I think she paused between point 1 and point 2 because she want the audience to alert with the key points, and so it is easier for them to focus and ready with the next point that Nawal would say. So that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Hi, my name is Nurul Ashpati Kamardin, and I will talk about the body gesture. So body gesture is a range of non-verbal signal that you can use to communicate with your feeling and also intention, and it include the action such as waving, pointing, and even using your hand when speaking. Next slide. So at 1 minute and 14 seconds, Noel used his finger to show the number 21 to the audience. And I think Noel tried to show 2 and 1 use her finger to the audience to emphasize the number of she's trying to convey, and in the content that she tell about how many days it takes for people to change. Next, the video. This is the video.
21 days for a person to form a habit.
Yes. Okay, 4 minute and 8 seconds. Noel showed the index finger as the number 1 to emphasize the first point on her description on why people starting to believe about 21 theory. And I think while trying to give an indication to the listener about there are few points that will be expressed in the topic that she is talking about. Let's see the video.
Why? Number 1, the number 21 is considered
Okay, for 7 minutes and 17 seconds, Noel used her finger and showed the 3 points that she delivered to the audience. And I think Noel is trying to tell the audience one by one the points that she want to deliver so that the audience is sensitive and alert to each point that she presented. The video.
the task itself, the person, and their circumstances. As somewhere
Okay, for almost every second, Noel moved her body, especially his hand, almost every second when she present. And I think with the body gesture shown by Noel, it can help Noel convey emotion and intention that may not be sufficient expressed through words alone. And there are some picture from the video. Okay, next I will pass to Nabila.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. Hi everyone, my name is Siti Nabila Zulkarnain. So I'm going to present about the facial expression for this project too. So facial expression refer to the various movement and configuration of the face that convey emotional states, attitude and intention. As we know, humans have the ability to express a wide range of emotion and communicate non-verbally through their facial expression. Facial expression are not only used to communicate emotion but also play a crucial role in social interaction, conveying intention and interpreting the emotional state of others. Next, we go to the first example video.
before going to sleep. Tomorrow is the day I'll change. Tomorrow is the day I'll get up early in the
So at 22 seconds, for the first example, Nawa start the talk show by giving a bright smile to the audience when giving some type of example of how it's like when we have goals that we want to achieve. I think this is to show her assignment while emphasizing what type of goals we can make, change and make our life more productive and better. For example, she say like having a healthy breakfast, went for a morning jog and breathe fresh air. Next.
Mom, please don't forget to make my bed today. I thought I'd do it myself. Day
So at second example, at 1 minute and 47 seconds, Nawa smirked when trying to say something that she thought that she can do it by herself. But instead, she always asked her mother to make her bed every day during her high school days. I think she trying to give you one example to the audience to make them understand on how struggled she was when first time trying the 21 days to challenge that she set for herself. Like instead asking for her mom to help her with her bed, she tried to make a new habit that she wanted to change for herself. Last,
We can depend on? Answer is yes. There is a famous study by the psychologist Philip Lally titled How Are Habits Formed? The study followed 96 people over a period of 12 weeks. Each person
and for the last example, at time 6 minutes and 30 seconds, Nawa showed a confident facial expression when stating that there is a reliable study that people can depend on about how long does it take for people to form a new habit. I believe that she wanted to stress and show her strong belief in her point. During her speech, she spotted her previous statement by mentioning a popular study that people can rely on, conducted by physiologist Philippa Lely, titled How Our Habits Form. So that's all from our group. Thank you, Darlene.